So you need more extreme metal music for your library, don't you? And you need it right now. Well, if you got a few minutes, I will hook you up with some brand new tunes because I myself love metal music, okay? So welcome back, friends, for episode 11. Happy Saturday, January the 13th. Terry here again from Cast Metal with another full metal review segment where I connect bands with fans like yourself. I review extreme metal albums, give a detailed analysis, and at the very end, you get to find out if I add it to my library or if I pass on it, okay? So this segment of Cast Metal is designed to answer only one question, and that is, where can I get more metal music? So every day from my Apple Music app, I dig through the metal section to review all the newest releases for stuff I can add to my own library. And then I review it, and then I make a video and I share it here with you. Sounds good, I hope. Okay, so whether it is death metal, black metal, deathcore, metalcore, prog, tech, symphonic, if it's extreme, it's going to be here because I absolutely love that stuff. And as a bonus, if you stick around to the end, not only will I give you a good album review, but I'll sweeten the pot too by adding something from my own little treasure chest library that I hope that you will like. So if that sounds good, we'll start with the metal review. So yesterday, during episode 10, I reviewed Genus Ordinus Day's new album, The Beginning, and added it to my library because it was mesmerizing. It was a fantastic album. I'll give you a quick look at it right here. And you can check out yesterday's review on this album if you are just joining us, okay? So let's begin. Today I am reviewing Within Destruction's Rebirth EP. And here's a quick band bio. Now, I do the band bios only after I do the review, as I'm prepping for the video and going through the checklist and so on and so forth, rather. So I do it so that it doesn't influence my decision whether I want to go through with checking out the band or not, right? And how would I say? I don't want to seem partial to any genres and so on and so forth. So Within Destruction are a deathcore in the early years, and now in the later years, they claim to be a new metalcore band and they're from Slovenia. They formed in 2010, and I counted 6 full-length albums. Okay, so how does it work? Every Sunday from the metal category on Apple Music, I catalog all the newest albums of the week and I put them on a database. Then I take a screenshot and I add it to my Metal Magazine Facebook page. So this is the point where I'm going to tell you I have got some good news. In the last few episodes, I had reported that there wasn't a whole lot of releases, but I saw some activity last night. I thought I saw about 11 or 12 brand new releases, which is really, really good. And this means that I'm going to start reviewing them on Monday. So today and tomorrow, I'm going to finish off doing December stuff. I might add a few of December's and November's new releases because that wasn't too far off or anything like that. But yeah, it seems to be that bands are finally now starting to release their brand new albums, and I am so excited. It's going to be what I believe to be a tremendous 2024, right? So the intent is eventually to review 3 albums a day. And right now I'm in what I call a beta stage. So I am just ironing out a lot of bugs over the next 30 episodes. And I don't mind saying I've made some really, really good improvements with each show, okay? So the rules: 1, I keep my reviews short and positive. 2, not everything I listen to is to my taste or will make it into my library, but I won't knowingly try to badmouth any band I don't feel like I have the right to judge because, quite frankly, I've never learned how to play an instrument. I'm simply a fan. I can't sing or anything like that. Okay, guys? So, all right, let's go here. All right. So before I listen to the album, I do an overview check, a first impressions check, and then I explain the rules. Okay. So the unveiling overview, as I opened the page, I saw there are six tasty looking tracks. Okay. And to me, they spell deathcore all over it. If the album cover matches the band name, quite frankly, I think that I'm in for something really good. So, my first impressions or predictions before I played the album, I try to visualize the outcome. I always try to keep it positive. In this case, I think that I'm in for something good. I can almost tell by the fonts on the album, okay, that and the artwork on the album, it gives me the visuals to think, hey, I'm in for something really good, okay? And then I compare my what I feel inside to after the review and I compare them, okay? So the rules or criteria are very simple. I use 9 different categories before I even go through the description of what I did with the songs, okay? And I like to keep it very simple. So we'll move straight forward through that. And the recording quality here afterwards, I found was very clean and very big, as a matter of fact. Okay, very spicy. The musicality and production was raw, yet well thought out or produced for sure. The energy intensity was mega high. The rhythm and tempo on this album was insane. I don't recollect many bands with this type of rhythm and tempo, to be quite honest with you. The lyrical theme, well, quite frankly, some vocalists bleed for the vocals, okay, and this guy is no exception, okay. So we have a bleeder, okay, with this vocalist. Genre critique time, I see Apple, as usual, they've categorized it as metal, and it's probably best that they keep it, on the safe side, but I think it's going to be more like deathcore. My potential prediction, could they go mainstream? No, absolutely not. This stuff is just unbelievable. So the range, flow, and layout of the album is just every single song is tooth rattling, okay? Similar to who? Well, I find that they're quite similar to Signs of the Swarm, Spite, Lorna Shore, for drumming at least, and sprinkle in a little wee bit of Archspire, if you will. Okay. Now there are six tracks here. Okay, and I give a breakdown of each track just in maybe 3 or 4 words only, and I use track numbers so I don't mispronounce them or anything like that because I'm not perfect at this stuff. So I'll just go 1 through 6 or whatever. Okay, so track one is big, slashing, and brutal. Track number two is mesmerizing speed with symphonic elements in it a little wee bit. Track number three is loud, crushing, and angry. Track number four is just fire and brimstone, super powerful stuff. Track number five is blinding, furious, and biting. Track number six is beastly, smashing, and grinding. In summary, I think that if Signs of the Swarm and Archspire and Spite had a baby, if by song, that's what these guys here would sound like. And if by song six that this singer hasn't lost a lung, he's got to be Superman. So fantastic stuff. So during listening, I also made observations and notes about the individual artists and what they do. So the singing and vocalizations here is just wow. Okay, this guy is just a growler. He's incredible. The guitars are surgical deathcore and maybe even a little wee bit of metalcore, but definitely all the way through it, the guitars are just biting. The bass guitar is big, deep, and obviously roaring. And the drums and percussion of special note are about the fastest and most blinding I've ever heard. Additional sounds, I've got some symphonic and tech elements sprinkled in here. And in summary, from the first impression I had of the album cover to the end of the album right now, I felt that This band was they're clean, they're big, they're strong. They've been around since 2010. I haven't heard from them. I can't wait to listen to the rest of their albums. The absolutely blinding speed and power with this band. My favorite tracks were number one and number two just hit so hard. So yeah, number one and number two. I'm a sucker for first impressions. So emotionally, this one here was just white knuckles all the way through it. Flavors, I don't really know, but if you can serve a chainsaw on your dinner table, that's about the size of it. So tonality shades, light or dark, it's a mixture of light and dark. The colors, just white hot, okay, all the way through. The temperature, hot or cold, it's just molten. Hide it from my wife factor, well, quite frankly, this day between you and I has never happened. And finally, is it going into my library? Sure, absolutely. This stuff here is fantastic. So, okay, so that's it for another episode of Full Metal Reviews. So it's bonus time, and as promised, I dug through my collection into my treasure chest and I pulled out a little wee bit of, how about Strigoi, bathed in a black sun sound. Yeah, that sounds pretty darn good. You got some black metal coming your way. Strigoi, bathed in a black sun. Try that one out. So that's it for today, friends. Thank you very much. Happy Saturday once again. Join me tomorrow for another Full Metal review. And finally, don't forget to subscribe, engage, set your notifications so that you can get the latest reviews. Follow those links to my Facebook areas, and also don't forget to support your bands. Okay, make sure you stream their whole album. Buy the merch, go see them live. And from there, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Okay, Sunday the 14th. Cheers and have a good evening.